Testing, testing my mic. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, hello. Let's see. How's it sound now? Did I fix it? Hello, hello, hello. There we go. Let's get rated. The following evening, Ku, Miyuki, Ichigo, and I are excused from our work duty so we can stop by the cafe Pleiades. We're all curious to see Hasaki and Rina perform. Excuse me. I want to know exactly what we're up against and how much further Sweet Shoreline has to go until they're able to be until they're able to compete with them. We enter the cafe in a quartet, the bell jingling as we do. We've been to Cafe Playdays before, and I paused to look around my new. I've never been to Cafe Playdays before, and I paused to look around my newfound surroundings. Cafe Pleiades is quite a bit bigger than the Seaside Cafe. It's darker too. The interior decor takes a lot of inspiration from the West, what with its oaken tables and straight back chairs. Wow. Ichigo stares at our surroundings, her eyes wide. This place is kind of amazing, huh? It does look like much. It doesn't look like much like a cafe. It's more like a fairy tale palace. I wonder if it's cursed. Maybe if we stay here too long, we'll turn into teapots and candlesticks. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh, if we've got, if we gotta be inanimate, inanimate objects, I'd want to be a feather duster. Why a feather duster? Because they're cute and fluffy, of course. Plus, I'd be able to tickle your fancy. Now that was truly awful pun. If Ichigo had more self-awareness, she'd probably be ashamed of herself. What inanimate object would you be, Mayuyu, if you had to pick? Why does it matter? It's not like something that foolish would ever happen. I know that, but this is just a fun game. It's a what if. Won't you play along? Oh, very well. Miyuki sighs. If I had to live the rest of my life as any kind of object, I suppose I would be a dictionary. Why a dictionary of all things? I would have no shortage of things to read. I might be able to improve my vocabulary too. Would you really be able to read yourself? It hardly matters. It would never come to pass. A skull. I beg your pardon? If I could be any object, I would be a skull. That does suit your aesthetic, I guess. Yeah, but it's a wasted wish. You already have a skull inside you. You'll end up a bunch of assorted bones if given enough time anyway. You don't need a magic for that. You don't need magic for that. True, that is very pragmatic of you. Then perhaps I would be a crystal ball, or maybe an Ouija board. I would not want my connection to the spirits to be broken. Ah. Ku rests one hand upon her chest. She closes her eyes. The spirits are talking to me now. What are they saying? They say that this place is dangerous. It has bad energy. They are warning us to leave now before we get hurt. This cafe is full of grudges. You could say it is cursed. If we stay here, harm will surely befall us. Oh? What nonsense. There are no evil shadows here, and there are definitely no curses. What is this? Doth mine ear deceive me? Or didst this dark one here talk of curses? If thou wishest to speak of black magic, then thou hast come to the right place. Lowly peons, there are none who know more about curses than I. Kuhahaha. Maybe I spoke too soon. Miyuki sighs, then turns to meet the interloper. It's Hasaki. Oh, I gotta pull my nose. Hasaki is wearing a maid's uniform, not dissimilar from the Seaside Cafe. It's black and white and very frilly. It gives quite the different impressions from her usual attire, but I think it suits her. It makes her look younger, somehow, and sweeter, more approachable. It doesn't stop her from laughing like a maniac, though. I have to subtract a few charm points off her for that. Hello, Miss Ebihara. It is good to see you again. No, no, no. Hasaki scowls. I am not Miss Ebihara, even when dressed as the guise of maid. I am still the Dark One, and thou shouldst refer to me as such. Now bow down and apologize, peon, for the grave insult thou hast caused me. If thou dost not, I shall be forced to show thee just what my curses are capable of. Now, Hasaki, I know you're excited to see Mr. Yakayami again, but you must remember your manners. For the present, you are a maid, not the Dark One. They are customers, and you should treat them with respect. Don't threaten them. Ku. Hasaki grits her teeth together. It's not like I'm excited or anything. And I definitely don't like that boy. He is nothing but a foolish minion, and his taste in women. Hasaki's eyes dart between Miyuki, Ku, and Ichigo. This Dark One doth not even desire to go into such affairs. 'Tis not worth commenting upon. Well, I am glad to see you, Mr. Yokoyama, even if Hasaki is not. Welcome to Cafe Playdays, everybody. Rina drops us a neat curtsy. Hasaki and I will be your maids this evening. Please do enjoy your stay. And please, look forward to our performance. We shall take this to the stage soon. Then you shall be able to watch us singing and dancing. We have trained hard, and we do so hope you enjoy the fruits of our labor. It shall be far better than anything you plebs could ever pull off. In any event, this Dark One supposes that should goth without saying, though. Kuhahaha. Laughing shrilly, Hasaki leads the four of us to our table. She sits us down, then takes our order. When our orders arrive 20 minutes later, it's with a few oohs and ahs of appreciation. Ichigo's ice cream sundae is dripping with chocolate sauce, and the apple pie Miyuki ordered is golden crispy and smells of cinnamon. Hasaki's waitress skills, meanwhile, are top-notch. Though she fancies herself as the Dark One, menial labor seems to suit her. She doesn't make a single mishap. She hands our order over, taking care not to spill our drinks or disturb the perfectly arranged desserts. She even sets my coffee down just so the spoon doesn't rattle. Her movements are deft and precise. It's impressive. Here, boy, accept mine offering. Hasaki offers me a grin. Rejoice, for the Dark One is deigning to serve thee as a self-might. It is not every day one can receive service like this. Thou ought to savor it while they can. Now, Rina and I must prepare for our performance. We shall appear on stage in a handful of minutes, to tremulous applause. or underlings' delight is seeing us, and I am sure thou shalt be no exception. However thou might feel about us, thou shalt soon be swept away by the strength of our performance. Our singing and dancing both shall ensnare thee, and soon thou shalt be under thrall. Then thou shalt know what true greatness is, and thou shalt realize thou can never hope to best us. Thou may cry, if thou wishes, into the coffee, but thou shalt not change reality. Mortals such as thee can never hope to challenge angels like us. Koo-ha-ha-ha. Hasaki turns, then takes her place at the front of the cafe. Rina soon joins her, smiling generally. Cafe Pleiades, as it transpires, actually has a stage, unlike the Seaside Cafe. The stage elevates both Hasaki and Rina above the table and chairs, and the guests sat upon them. I was so taken by the grandeur of this cafe, I didn't pay the other patrons much attention, but now I can see this place is packed. There's a whole bunch of people here, sipping on glasses of fruit juice and eating parfaits. Most of the people are guys, but there's a handful of girls dotted here and there. Some of them are wearing shirts embezzled with Hasaki and Rina's face, and a few even have glow sticks. Their gear seems a bit out of place, given the old-fashioned atmosphere this cafe exudes, but I doubt the owner of this joint minds that much. Not if their patrons pays the bills. Hello, everyone. Rina addresses the assembled crowd, her fingers curled about a microphone. It is lovely to see you here this evening, as always. Thank you for showing up in your multitudes to support us. I am very flattered. It's no problem, Rina. I'd do anything for you. I'd eat nails if I had to. I'd swim through a sea of poisonous jellyfish. I love you, Rina. You're so cute. I'm your biggest fan. No, I am. I am. Hee hee. Rina, thank you very much. Hearing you say such kind things is most gratifying, though it pains me to hear you arguing amongst yourselves. Our fans are like our family. Our dearest wish is for you all to get along and to be friends. Is that not right, Hasaki? Yes, indeed. The Dark One commands thee for traversing here, so thou might worship us upon this black stage. Together, Rina and I shall uplift thee. The cadences of our combined voices shall cradle thee, and in so doing offer thee salvation. Whilst here, in our domain, thou all belongest to us, as our minions. We shall toy with thee as we please. Coo-hoo-hoo, coo-ha-ha-ha. Ah, there's that laugh. It's a Saki special laugh. She's so cool. I want to give her my soul. I'd give you my still beating heart if I could. I'm your underling, Hasaki. I'll serve you until the end of Earth. I love you, Hasaki. Rina, you're my bias. Please, would you give me your autographs? Would you give me your firstborn child? What a fun. Ka! A rowdy lot, aren't you? That is no way to address a Dark One such as myself. But I like thy spirit. Ah, I can feel thin energy flowing into me. My body tingles with mana. The time of judgment is nigh. I think Hasaki means that our performance is going to start soon. Please enjoy it, our lovely fans. We shall dedicate this song to you. So saying, Hasaki and Rina take their positions. Music swells from the speakers in a dark, divine, driving kind of song, brooding and intense. It's fast and upbeat, but it's not as light as the song Ku wrote. I think I can hear harpsichord in this, and maybe a guitar. Isn't this closer to rock than pop? The song seemingly suits Hasaki's cool vibe. It's almost like the track was tailor-made for her. Perhaps it was. Honey Devil are exceedingly popular. If Ichigo's to be believed, they've even been on TV. I wouldn't be surprised if they had a professional composer working for them. The music slows to a climax, and then both members of Honey Devil begin to sing. Their voices are sweet and alluring. Their dance motions fluid and well practiced. They look so incredible. I can do a little but stare, as in this case with the rest of their fans. The cafe has fallen deadly quiet. I too find it hard to tear my eyes away from them. Their talent is immediately obvious, but how do they compare against Sweet Shoreline? I like Sweet Shoreline more. Sweet Shoreline singing and dancing mightn't be as polished as Honey Devils, it's true, but there's more warmth in their performance. Or at least I'd like to think so. Maybe I'm biased because I'm of my personal connections to Ichigo, Miyuki, and Ku, but I really do think they have the potential to beat Hasaki and Rina. It would be a long, arduous path to walk, but I'll support them every step of the way. I'm not going to lose my faith in them now. So what dost thou think? Worthless peons? Was our divine performance able to sway thine heart? Well, about that. Yes, I knowest. 'Twas perfect, was it not? This Dark One truly is an exalted being without flaw. By utilizing the abundant powers of the Dark Lord that floweth forth, mine revelries can sway the hearts of any man. Thou art not but clay in mine hands, incapable of resisting. Ku ha 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 ha. Translated from Hasaki's, that means, we did a good job, didn't we? Praise us and tell us how cute we were. Hee hee. The performance is over. Hasaki and Rina stand in front of our table. They're faintly flushed with sweat from their exertions, but that only serves to make their smiles brighter. Ichigo, Ku, and Miyuki, by contrast, are not smiling. In Ku's case, of course, that's nothing new. She never smiles. She looks much the same as she always does, blank and expressionless. Ichigo, meanwhile, is grimacing as though she's bitten into a lemon, and Miyuki appeared perturbed. I think I can understand why. That performance really was something. How are we supposed to compete with that? I must say, I'm glad you came to see us. I was unsure if you would. It was good for you to stop by. Knowing you were watching me made me want to try that bit harder. So I might impress you. Hee hee. It was pretty impressive, alright. You think so? How wonderful. Now, Mr. Yokoyami. Rina leans in towards me, smiling. I was wondering if you might grace me with a few moments of your free time. There is something I wish to discuss with you. Huh? What? About Sweet Shoreline's future as cafe idols. As a seasoned idol myself, I have some advice to impart upon you. I trust you will be more inclined to listen after seeing me perform. Now you should know that I am not all talk. I do in fact know what I'm talking about. This Dark One wishes to advise thee to, boy. There is much and more I wish yet to discourse upon. Ku ha ha ha. So what about it? Will you come with us? I'd rather not, but Rina's proposal might be to my advantage. I'm not sure what this advice is Rina wishes to bestow upon me, but after seeing her performance, I can't refute that she is talented. If anybody can give me a few pointers about becoming an idol, I'm sure she can. Okay, fine, I'll come with you. Oh, that is wonderful news. I knew you would listen. Hee hee. You are most agreeable. Please, give me a few minutes first. I must change into my casual clothes. Then I shall come to collect you. I think it would be nice to go for a little walk along the beach. Are you coming, Hasaki? Of course. This Dark One would not miss out on it for the world. Rina and Hasaki turns to leave, presumably for the break room. In their absent, Ichigo shoots me a scandalizing look. Are you really going along with them, Naoya? Why not? They said they only wanted to talk. That's what they said, but I don't believe a word of it. I'm sure they're up to no good. You should have told them to push off. I'd never be that rude. That didn't stop them from being rude to us. They're obviously our enemies. We shouldn't fraternize with them, particularly not alone. They're trying to divide and conquer. What do you think, Ku? Miyuyu? I can see it in the future, looming closer and closer still. The spectacle claw of death. You see death everywhere, Ku, and you're not even looking at your tarot cards right now. Don't worry about me, you two. I'll be fine. I can look after myself. I would like to believe that, but please, be careful. I don't know what they want to talk to you about, but I doubt it's anything good. Alright, we're here. So what do you want? My, how suspicious. You speak of us as though we mean you harm, Mr. Yakayami. I'm sure you mean me harm. There's no doubt in my mind. I glanced between Hasaki and Rina, my lips pierced into a thin line. I decided to accompany them to the beach, and now the three of us are standing by the shore. The waves lap against the sand, and the reddish-pink evening lights play across its surface so it shimmers. It's getting on in the day, and there aren't many people at the beach. I can spy a couple of dog walkers off in the distance, but that's about it. Other than that, the beach is deserted. It's picturesque. It would make quite the spot for a romantic confession. But romance is the last thing on my mind right now. I didn't much want to come to the beach with Asaki and Rina. I only came because I thought they might have something interesting to say. Once I've heard them out, I'm going to leave. I don't want to get more embroiled with them than is strictly necessary. So, I narrow my eyes, my arms crossed. What is it? Out with it. I don't want to hear any preambles. Goodness me, how tactless. How tactless you're being. I would prefer to engage in idle conversation first so we might get to know one another. But I can tell, based upon your expression, that you do not wish to know me. You dislike me, don't you? You've not done very much to win me over, I'm afraid. Ever since you showed up, you've been causing problems, both of you. I shoot a pointed look at Saki. You seem to get off on talking down to other people. This Dark One cannot help but talk down to the lowly maggot, so she often sees scurrying about. Compared to ordinary peons such as thyself, I am exalted. Thou wouldst do well not to underestimate me, boy, or thou shalt soon find thyself facing a world of pain. Sure, whatever. Don't thou darest to whatever me, or I shalt wipe that look off thine face, along with the fine whole head. As for myself, I shall not be so violent. No matter what you may think of me, Mr. Yakayami, I dislike confrontation. I'm not approaching you to cause conflict, nor to make mischief. Please, believe me when I tell you that I care for you and your friends. I can see how close the four of you are, and I don't wish for you to suffer. Oh, you're talking about, Nakayami? Yeah, me too. I know you are determined to become cafe idols, but it simply is not possible. I have told you this once before, but I will reiterate. If you try, you will fail. And how do you know that, huh? Don't tell me you can tell the future, too. I already know one Sybil, and that's enough for me. Rina cannot tell the future, but this Dark One can divine it with mine enchantment eye. Using mine power, I can see thy fate only too clearly. Thine path is strewn with naught but despair. Thou wouldst do well to give in now, before thine spirit is broken upon the wheel of fate. Hasaki is right. Should you continue with this madness, you will pay the price. Your friends will be hurt, their self-confidence knocked. Dude, she's a little cutie patootie. Miss Suzuki and Miss Yamashiro may be able to overcome it, but I have many doubts when it comes to Miss Shinanomi. Despite her cool veneer, she seems awfully delicate. She cries after the smallest provocation. Her sense of self-worth must be made from sugar paper. This Dark One would love very much to trample into the dirt. Koo-ha-ha-ha-ha. I've been speaking to these girls for less than 5 minutes and I already have a headache. Hasaki's laughter is incredibly shrill. I've had enough of this. It's time to wrap things up. I'm sorry, but this is nothing but baseless assumptions. You have absolutely no proof that we will fail. Now, if that's all you wish to say, I'll be on my way. I turn ready to leave, but... Wait. Rita's fingers grip the back of my shirt. She doesn't apply much pressure, but I find myself pausing all the same. I should shake her away, but I can't. Her voice turns oddly genuine, almost pleading. I know I have taken a good deal of your time, Mr. Yakayami, and I apologize for that, but would you permit me a few more minutes? A few minutes more? I will leave you be once I have said my piece, so please, do not turn your back upon me. Do you wish to make a lady cry? I wince. Sasaki's psychotic babbling doesn't bother me, but Rina's appeal to my morals has hit its mark. I don't trust her, but I still don't want to upset her. I've left my days of being a delinquent behind me. Maybe. Alright, fine. What do you have to say? Make it quick. Oh, thank you, Mr. Yakayami. Thank you very much. Alright, fine. Rina bows her face all light with happiness. I knew I was right to call you out thus. You truly are a gentleman. Now, I am aware that you have a poor opinion of Hasaki and myself, and for that I cannot blame you. As idols ourselves, we are your rivals. You have every right to distrust us, but I mean it when I say I bear no malice towards you. I care for you, Mr. Yakayami, and that is why I wish you to know that you and your friends are making a mistake. They will find no happiness if they continue to pursue this path, only mockery and rejection. If you love them, you will stop them from this folly, before it is too late. Please, Mr. Yakayami, heed my words. What the fuck? He's a cheater! Rina takes a step forward. She cups my cheek with one hand. It's a warm evening, but her skin feels cold against mine, like a porcelain doll. The salty sea breeze stirs her hair, so it flutters. Loose strands drape over her shoulders, framing her face. I was dimly aware of this from the moment I laid my eyes upon her, but now she's standing this close. It's become irrefutable fact. Rina is incredibly, disarmingly pretty. I know you are not cold-hearted. You are a sweet man, kind to a fault. You do not wish to deter your friends when they are so focused upon their little plan. You wish to go along with them, to make them happy. That is very good of you, but it will only work in the short term. In the long term, it will usher in misery. I am an idol who makes people smile. I do not want anybody to suffer. You least of all. So saying, Rina leans in and presses her lips to mine. I'm so stunned by this development, I find myself unable to pull away. Well, yeah, because he's not pulling away. So he's cheating too, technically, right? My head is all mixed up, but I've had enough sense to know that it feels wrong. This is all wrong. I don't want this at all. I never would have kissed Rina out of my own violation, but she doesn't seem to value my violation very much. She's so forceful. It feels like I'm falling into a dream, or perhaps a nightmare. Later that night, I can't believe you went off with those girls. What's so great about them anyway? Ichigo pouts, her cheeks puffed out like a squirrel's, as she glowers at me. The two of us are sitting in her very pink bedroom, sipping cups of green tea to wash our dinner down. I got back in after my stroll on the beach half an hour prior, and it's already dark outside. Ichigo was waiting for me, wearing her apron, arms folded across her chest. When our eyes met, she scolded and said, "Finally, I was afraid the food would go cold. What time do you call this? What do you call this time, Naoya?" Ichigo's pretty easygoing most of the time, but right now she's acting like a nagging housewife. Her food is good, but I can't enjoy it at all with her glaring at me like that. Even the green tea seems to have lost its flavor. It might as well be water. I squirm uncomfortably. I feel like a suspect being interrogated by the police. This is pretty awkward. But I can't blame Ichigo for her poor mood. It was pretty rotten of me going off with Hasaki and Rina after all the awful things they said about Sweet Shoreline. If Ichigo knew about that kiss Rina gave me, I think she'd hit the roof. She'd be majority pissed off. Majorly pissed off. Not that I instigated matters. I didn't want Rina to kiss me, though I can't deny the fact it felt good. Naoya, are you paying attention? Hey, Naoya. Ah, Ichigo's talking again. I should stop thinking about Rina and about her kisses. It's making an awkward evening even more uncomfortable. Sorry, Ichigo. I've had a lot on my mind. What were you saying? I was saying Ichigo's pout deepens. Why did you go off with those girls? What do you see in them? Well, Rina's a pretty good kisser. What a piece of shit. I already don't like this dude. Oh, 100%. And I'm all for it. Is what I think, but I don't say that. It'd be cruel to Ichigo, given she is my girlfriend. I'd hate to upset her, though. It's plain as day she's upset already. I don't want to give her further cause to be mad at me. I don't see anything in them. I think they're obnoxious. Hasaki's diatribes about the Dark Lord are incomprehensible, and Rina is a stuck-up princess who thinks she rules the world. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I said it felt wrong. Why is he saying it felt good? Guys like this is why I can't get nobody. I would agree with you there, but that makes this even more incomprehensible. What were the three of you doing? They were giving me advice like they said they would. What do you want to know? I hope you're not suspecting me of anything, Ichigo. I'm not suspicious of you, but I am suspicious of them. I was worried if they got you alone, they'd try to talk you over to their side. I don't want you turning on us. As if I would. See? He's a piece of shit. I smile at Ichigo's reassuringly. They tried, but I refused. I won't let them talk me around. Urgh. Ichigo pulls a face. It's just as bad as I thought, then. Were they trying to split us up? Yeah, it was the same spiel they gave us before, back on the beach, that we're destined to fail, we'll only get hurt if this keeps up. We're not good enough, etc., etc. You didn't miss out on much, but by not being there. It was pretty repetitive. Kiss my lips, baby. Other than that kiss, now, that was unexpected. And that's all that happened? That's all. He's a piece of shit. Did they do anything else to you? Nah. A little white lie never hurt nobody, right? Anybody, right? And you're sure you don't agree with them? Not even a little bit. Of course not. I'd never let them sway me. You say that now, but they are experienced idols. Ichigo frowns. Maybe they're right. Maybe we are wasting our time. There's a chance none of this will succeed, despite our hard work. Hey. I reach out, then rest my hand upon Ichigo's. Surprised, Ichigo lifts her head. She blinks, her eyes glassy, her cheeks pink. Naoya? Don't lose heart, Ichigo. That's not like you. Remember, you're the biggest idol fan there is. If anybody knows how to make a successful idol group, I'm sure you do. Both, but really not telling his girlfriend, dude. Especially, like, I didn't choose to kiss her. Like, I said it felt wrong. And he's over here talking about how good it is. You know much, much more than Hasaki and Rina. Don't let them psych you out. You need to stay strong. But, if you ever feel like you can't, I'll be there with you. You can rely on me, okay? There's a pause. Ichigo surveys me. Her cheeks pink. Then, okay. She finally replies with a nod and a small smile. Thanks for that, Naoya. I was getting worked up, but I feel a lot better now. You really are a good boyfriend. No, he's not. He's a fucking piece of shit. He kissed that girl. And that's where we're gonna call it. I'm really enjoying these games. Yeah, but he didn't pull away. And I said it felt wrong, and the game was like, no, you gotta say it was nice. It was a nice kiss. But that's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna finish this out. Trust me. It's not gonna be a long-winded thing like the first game because I really enjoyed these games. Yeah, but he didn't have to say it was nice. He kept saying it was nice. But we will finish this game out, even if we have to do 2 streams. Because starting, I don't want to guarantee tomorrow, but within the next few days, I'm going to be collaborating with Cunning Lone Wolf, and we're going to be streaming Dying Light, the first game, to its completion. Obviously, we're not going to stream the entire game in one stream. We're going to break it in sections, obviously. But so we'll probably do 2 streams. Maybe I'll do this in the morning, finish it out, and then when Cunning gets out of work and he's done doing his thing, that's when we'll do Dying Light. So if that's something you're interested in and you're not subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Within the next few days, we'll be working on it, possibly tomorrow. I'll know more tomorrow when I talk to Cunning. But yeah, I appreciate everybody that stopped by. I appreciate the ones that will stop by. Remember, again, if you're not subbed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It means more to me than you know. And I look forward to seeing you guys back here tomorrow. But it's that time where I must bid you all adieu. Goodbye, and good night.